Hey guys, it's Letty. My next movie review. I'm so excited about these movies. You have no idea. So sometimes I can talk about movies with people that I know, but I don't know if they have the same enthusiasm that I do. So it's so fun to talk about movies, and especially movies that I look at a wide variety of movies, not just current movies, but on this channel I kind of want to just go back to some of those old classics, just because there was so many movies made back in the day that they probably got their recognition. They're acknowledged, but sometimes we forget about certain movies. But whatever. We're getting into this movie, and as you read from the title, we're going to be talking about another classic, Glengarry Glenross, which was based on a stage play. Actually, this movie came out in 1992. When I say the dialogue, you have those movies that have great dialogue. Like I'm gonna name a few, like Clerks. Dialogue takes place in movies that take place in one or two places, and then you have just great dialogue. Clerks is one. This movie definitely. 12 Angry Men. So it's just the dialogue kind of moves the story along, but this dialogue is exceptional. Okay. So anyway, this movie was directed by Glengarry Glenross, which was based on a stage play. Was directed by James Foley. I have to go back and see what other movies he's directed. I'm not that familiar with him. I don't know if he's directed other movies. I'm sure he has. The name sounds familiar, but this is an excellent movie. Never drags. It's one of those goes straight through. I mean, it is no slow parts in this movie. Like if you have to go to the restroom, there's movies that you go to the restroom and you won't miss much. This one you better pause it, okay? So and then I will put the poster here. So the movie stars, it has top billing. They give top billing to Al Pacino. Um and he should get top billing, but I'm a person that Jack Lemmon, I feel, because he's been around longer, should get top billing, although Al Pacino been around a long time too. But I don't know, that was just one little thing. It's not a big deal. They both great actors. It's nothing against either one of them. I mean, nothing against Al Pacino at all, because he's great, but I just felt like, I don't know, Jack Lemmon should have got, anyway. That's just my personal thing. So stars Jack Lemmon, Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, Kevin Spacey, Alan Arkin, Jonathan Pryce. There are like no women in this video. This movie has no women. I mean, no women that I don't think it's any women. No, no women. They reference a woman, my wife, or my wife, but it's no women. Okay, so anyways, all male cast. This movie is so it's incredible. It's one of those that you feel like it just moves right along. It's no slow parts. So basically the movie is describing, these are guys that are salesmen, and they are, some of them seem, except for, with the exception of Al Pacino's character, he's doing well in the sales. So this is like a sales office, and all of these are salesmen, and they work for this company, and they are with the exception of Al Pacino, they're all having a hard time because they don't seem to be getting leads of people that actually can afford to buy these properties. They sell real estate, and they're getting kind of crummy leads, and the boss is getting on them for not, basically you need to shape up or ship out. So Alec Baldwin's character comes in, and he's only in there for like 5 minutes. He's in there somewhat at the beginning of the movie, not towards the beginning of the movie, He's a person that works at the see this is just like the small office, but the main office downtown, I think that's where he supposedly is from. So he's from the bigger office. So he comes in to give these guys a little pep talk, motivational speech, and it's a 5 minute, 5, 6, 7 minute long speech. It is his dialogue is just it is something to behold. I just tell you that. Um, he's there. He's sent there to get these guys in shape, and he. I'm gonna put the poster here, uh, his poster with his ABC always be closing, and I wasn't even a salesman. Of course, I wasn't a salesman in the office, but I felt motivated after. He basically tells these guys, if you all don't sell, you're gonna lose your job. It's like you either sell or you lose your job. Now I don't know if anybody's been in sales. I've never really, maybe I've dabbled in sales, and it is not easy. It is hard. If any of you guys are into sales, oh, my hat goes off to you, because it is not easy. And we can see the struggle with these guys. So they kind of cook up a plan to let me go back a little bit. They bring in Alec Baldwin's character, brings them some brand new leads. These leads are of people maybe that will be there's just some new leads that they've been kind of recycling the old leads, and then they rotate them, and they're not doing very well with the old leads, and some of the people don't seem to have money. They're just wasting their time. So that's what Jack Lemmon's character's mad. He's frustrated with, and Ed Harris and Alan Arkin. They just don't seem to be able to get through to where Al Pacino is doing really well, and we see him in his stage. We see him conducting business, and we can see how good of a salesman he is. He's fascinating to listen to. I was ready to buy something just listening to Al Pacino. And you can actually see them in the, not just say I'm a salesman, but you can actually see them in the field making sales and trying to get sales, and you can actually see the frustration. Nobody is more frustrated than Jack Lemmon's character. Now, Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon has a sick daughter. I'm jumping all around. I'm sorry. This movie is just wonderful. Jack Lemmon's character has a sick daughter, so he has an added pressure going on. He seems to have a lot of stress going on. He does not seem to be able to sell the way he used to. He had a reputation of selling. At one time, he was the top seller, but it's tapered off for whatever reason, and he has a sick daughter, so he's distracted with that. But definitely, so there's a robbery happens and in the office, and they're trying to figure out who did it, and so then it kind of turns around to who robbed the office. So, and then you get this second part of the movie where they're basically trying to figure that out. So it's very, very fast paced, and this is one of those just brilliantly directed movie, brilliantly acted movie. Nobody gives a weak performance. Everybody gives good performance. Now, Alan, I keep calling him Alan. Al Pacino won Best Supporting Actor for this movie. Now, he definitely deserved that. He was excellent. He really was excellent, but everyone was excellent. Personally, I think that Jack Lemmon should have won an Oscar too. I really think, Jack Lemmon's character, you can feel the desperation. You can feel the frustration. He acted this guy is on the edge. He's almost on the verge of breakdown. This guy, he's the older man in the office. He doesn't get the respect. He gets respected by, Kevin Spacey, who's the manager of the office, he doesn't respect him because Jack Lemmon would kind of do whatever he can do. He's kind of they kind of sleazy, but you know, I mean, he's still, you can still feel the frustration in this man's voice. You know, I just feel like Jack Lemmon's character, he took us to he was just, you can feel the first. It was a more of a 3-dimensional type of character. All of them are good roles, but Jack Lemmon, we got a little bit more details, a little more background, a little more history with him and why he's frustrated. And you know, he just gave an excellent performance, as Jack Lemmon always does. Okay, Jack Lemmon doesn't give a bad, I mean, he gives a good performance in a mediocre movie. Like, I mean, he just can't give a bad performance. This is one of the greatest actors of all time to me. And I just think he should have won an Oscar too. I'm just saying, I'm not taking nothing away from Al Pacino. Al Pacino is great. He's another good one. Great actor. But I think both of them should have got an Oscar. That's just my personal, you know, I have personal little opinions and stuff like that. Definitely one of my favorite highlights, of course, Alec Baldwin's 5-7 minute long speech, motivating ABC always be closing. So that was definitely a highlight. He basically tells them, if either you sell or you get out of here. You know, I think the first place they get a car, in the second place they get some steak knives, and third place you're fired. You know, and they're looking like, oh, so that's just more pressure, more stress, and then they dealing with, they got leads of people that just are not willing to buy, you know, whether they don't have money or whatever. They just keep recycling these names. I guess, you know, just like with us, when we call in or when we request something online, our name goes into some pool and it just gets floated throughout, and you get those phone calls. It's like, it's the same thing. So that's what this reminds me of. Another highlight of this movie, it was many highlights, but these are the ones that stood out the most. Jack Lemmon, he does make a sale toward the end. He comes into the office and he brags about his sale. Now that comes to bite him in the butt later. So I'm not going to give too much away in case you haven't seen it, because I don't like to spoil movies. It's hard to talk about movies without spoiling them, but I didn't want to spoil this in case you didn't see it, guys. And he just totally, we see another side of him. He's just so, we see a frustrated Jack Lemmon. We see a desperate Jack Lemmon. We see a ruthless Jack Lemmon. We see a proud Jack Lemmon when he finally makes the sale and he's sort of getting his confidence back. He has just shown us so many different sides. That's why I felt like he deserved an Oscar as well. But anyway, guys, this is a awesome movie. Great from start to finish. I actually I rented this, and I'm so mad, guys, because I have this movie in my house. Do I know where it's at? No, because I was gonna just pull it out, because this is one of those physical, the movies that I love the most. I have bought them physically, because I always want to be able to just pop them in and watch them. But anyway, guys, Glengarry Glenross is a awesome movie. You will not regret it. Check it out. It's you know, I think you can rent it. You know, you can rent it, or on you'd actually rent it off of YouTube. I think it's available off of YouTube. Prime Video. Check it out. I mean, you know, see how you like it before if you want to buy it. You know, it's up to you. Of course, it's up to you. Why would it not be? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back next week for a new video. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.